sure?
I think so.
I think I forgot my list downstairs.
I think you go get it.
You asshole.
He'll be right back, everybody.
You're such an asshole.
Hey, I had to do it before too. I forgot my iPod downstairs. Well, welcome back. This is episode 12. Rock on. We're still going strong. Gotten some good comments from you guys. Love it. And I do want to say that last week with the Black Dahlia thing, I watched that movie last night. I didn't fall asleep.
Wow.
And I want to say I couldn't stand it.
So you're doing another 360 like you did on Born.
Yeah. Well, no, I fell asleep on like the first 5 minutes. I had to. Because after that, it just
You can't see me.
Well, turn it so you can see you.
There we go. Okay. So, episode 12.
Awesomeness.
Obviously, we have our 4 movies as we always do. Arts of the Week, which was your choice. We'll talk about that later as usual. What else? Oh, top 5.
Top 5.
Which was yours.
Yeah.
And we do have some brief horror news, not a whole lot.
No.
Remake of Carrie.
Yes.
That will be coming out next month.
Really?
Yes.
Theater time.
It hits theaters in August. What are your takes on it? Do you take or leave it?
Who's directing?
I do not know.
Okay. Well, I do like the original one. I like that one very much. But I'll give it a chance because it's a good story, and if they stuck to it,
So
did
you're
a good job.
So you take?
I'll take.
I'm actually leaving it.
Why?
I saw the teaser trailer, and at first it looked really cool, like it was going to be a really great flick.
Yeah, I saw the first one.
Then I saw the legitimate trailer, and I'm looking forward to this now. It does not look like it's going to be anywhere near as good as the original. So I leave it. What else we got going on? Oh, Child's Play.
Jesus.
There's 2 new Child's Play films. There's
There
a
will be.
remake, and there's going to be another
A sequel. Yeah.
I can do without another sequel. So I leave the sequel completely. I don't want to see another one.
I saw the commercial for it, and if they did it the way I think they did, it will be all right. I mean, it'll be a lot better than seeing it from Chucky's perspective all the time. Because I think if they're going to do it the way I think they're going to do it, they're going to do it from a little girl's perspective and having her find it out over a short period of time. But
I don't know how, but I got one hell of a bug bite on my leg.
But the remake, if they did it right, it should be nice.
Yeah, the remake I'm actually looking forward to. Like I said, the sequel I don't want to see it.
Huh.
Human Centipede 3.
Of course.
We're still waiting to hear an official date. However, Lawrence Harvey has signed, so he will be in this one, which I'm really stoked about because, as we all know, I love Lawrence Harvey. I think he's fucking awesome. So that's what I've got for news at this point.
Yeah, that's the news of the week.
Hopefully I'll have better news next
I
time.
couldn't have any more this past week. I ended up getting angry and I threw my iPod, which had the horror news app on it, and so it's all smashed to pieces inside my bedroom. Hey, I'm picking through it. I want to see if I can find the memory card.
You're such an idiot.
Whatever.
Anyway,
It was 85
so
bucks.
top 5. This was your choice.
Top 5 vehicles in horror media, meaning games, movies, comics,
etc.
stories, whatever.
Alright, so you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
I'd like to go first.
Go for it.
Okay.
At number 5.
Number 5, Dragula from the Munsters.
Very cool car.
Very cool car.
I wouldn't mind owning it.
Well, this is the guy that wants to own a hearse.
I
so.
would want a hearse.
He's looking for one desperately. So if you know someone that's trying to sell it, let him know.
Please do.
Alright, number 4, Juggernaut from Death Race.
Now, are we talking Death Race 2000 or the remake, just Death Race with Jason Statham?
I saw the remake.
Haven't seen the original though.
No.
Okay.
But the remake Juggernaut was pretty freaky.
It was pretty cool.
So.
No lies there. Pretty cool. Alright, number 3?
Buick Buick 8, the Stephen King.
Stephen King.
The Stephen King story.
Yep. Yep.
The odd Buick that is randomly found.
Yep.
So.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. Number 2.
Christine.
Of course.
I love Christine.
Can't go wrong.
I watch that movie maybe once or twice a year.
All right. So kind of like me with Human Centipede.
Yes.
All right.
And number 1, the Sweet Tooth, Needle King's truck in Twisted Metal.
Okay.
Twisted Metal Black, I think, is the best one.
All right.
Best rendition of that.
All right, that's cool. All right, so because these are vehicles, we differ quite a bit because we picked primarily cars. I didn't. At number 5, I chose the Jupiter 2 from Event Horizon.
Okay.
Now, if anyone's seen Event Horizon, this ship was just fucking weird. It like actually created its own black holes and it got teleported to different galaxies. But the thing is, it brought something back, and everybody thought that it was abandoned, and it wasn't. And this movie gets really, really freaky.
I have to watch that because
It's really
haven't
good.
seen it, but it seems.
At number 4, the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. I know it's not quote-unquote horror, but it's horror themed.
It's horror themed for cartoon.
And I mean, come on, that particular car is just so.
I want to build one.
You want to build a mystery machine?
I want to build an actual mystery machine because the
like
one that they
like
did.
a legitimate one.
Yeah, like based off the cartoon, not the movie. Because the movie was just an old Chevy.
Yeah.
I want to actually take a frame. I have it planned out. I want to take a frame of an S10
And
then build a custom body, like the Mystery Machine, and then.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a loser for wanting to do this. You have no
I love
life.
Scooby Doo.
You have no life. All right.
Grew up with
Anyway,
that.
at number 3, Darkseid from Twisted Metal.
Now this is we've talked about this one before because I had Sweet Tooth and you had Darkseid.
Yep. And I had a couple of different ones that I kind of juggled, and because I thought about Mr. Grimm at first.
Who was awesome.
But the reason I chose Darkseid, and I chose Darkseid from the original Twisted Metal.
Right.
And I mean, Dollface definitely gets my props, but the original Darkseid, it was this guy with a long trench coat, and he had no face. It was just this black splotch with these 2 glowing eyes. He was scary.
Yes.
And the fact that he drove this big black, big rig truck with these 4 spikes on the front. I mean, this thing was just, I loved it. At number 2, the Prometheus from Alien.
The spaceship. Yeah.
Which, of course, they brought the guy on after he had been infected, which they didn't know that he got infected, and then you're stuck in this ship going through space, and like the tagline says, no one can hear you scream in space.
It's true.
So the Prometheus definitely gets my props, because that ship, even without the alien, was fucking crazy. And number 1.
Oh, this is the weirdest one. I barely let this one pass when you told me about it. I was like, do I really want to count that?
Dude, you gotta see the movie. And once you see the movie,
I have to see the movie.
You'll agree with me. And that is the tire from the movie Rubber, which I actually saw as part of like a little film festival that was going on.
Okay.
And I saw it, and it was a really cool flick. I saw this 13 Assassins, which was this kung fu flick, and I love kung fu movies. But I gotta really be in the mood for them. Like, I really have to be in the mood for kung fu movies.
It's like me with action movies.
And there were 4 movies. It was those 2, Hobo with a Shotgun, which was fucking awesome.
That just sounds funny.
Great fucking movie. And there was another horror movie, but I can't remember what it was. So it was weird. I got three horror flicks and 1 kung fu movie, but it was great. So that's my list. You listed yours. So now we get to the movies. All right. So our 4 movies. For me, we had Suicide Girls Must Die from 2010.
Yep. And we had Paranormal Activity 2.
From 2009.
Yep.
Slaughter Vomit Dolls from 2009 as well.
Huh.
I didn't know that it was that.
That means I get the oldest one this week, and that's the Postman Always Rings Twice from 1981.
All right, so you want me to start, or you want to start?
You can start.
You want me to start? All right. We're going to start with Suicide Girls Must Die, which I just said was from 2010. And I'm just going to read the tagline to you guys. Warning, this is not your typical Suicide Girls sexy video shoot collection. We invited 12 Suicide Girls to come to Maine to shoot a video calendar and film their real and terrified reaction as the Suicide Girls began to go missing. This is the world's first reality horror movie.
Quote unquote.
Not a lot of actual quote unquote horror to it, because as we see the movie go on, they do go missing. We do see a few of them get, again, quote unquote, killed off. The ending was such a twist.
It was fun.
But it was a fun end. This is definitely not a movie that if your children are a fan of horror, to let them sit down with, because
There's a lot of nudity.
not sexual content, but there is a lot of nudity. If you guys are a fan of the Suicide Girls, this movie is an absolute pickup. I liked it. I had a lot of fun watching this movie.
I liked it. It was good. It was good. It was a good
And
movie.
I mean, the girls are beautiful. They're gorgeous.
Of course, you had your favorite.
Yeah, but she wasn't in here, which
Yeah, I know.
pissed me off.
Nixon?
Nixon Suicide.
Nixon.
I met Nixon a couple of years ago at a horror convention.
Yep.
Actually, close to 10 years ago.
You said you went from 2 years to 10.
No, because
You said a couple.
Well, I was 17. I'm
That's a
now
few.
25. So that's
Okay.
almost 10
That's a
years.
few years.
That's a long time. Let's just put it that way. But I really like this movie. I had a lot of fun watching it.
It's just
And I'll show you guys the cover so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Woo. Okay. So anyway, Jay, you got anything you want to say about the movie?
Not really. You pretty much just summed it up. It's a good movie. It's more a panic movie than it is
It really is. And I
horror
love
movie.
the warning label that they put right on the front.
It's like warning. Oh god, read it.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be terrifying, and
And it's like no.
it's really not. It's definitely more like, okay, what's going on kind of a film. But I loved the ending especially. The ending was just such a great twist.
And
So my rating for this, because like I said, there's not a lot of horror, I give it a 6.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay.
You're giving it a
Yeah.
6? All right.
I'll go with the sexes.
All right. So you're up, dude.
All right. Well, we're gonna start with the worst one first.
The worst one first.
The worst one first. He utterly hates this movie.
I hate the series, let alone the movie.
It's not an original idea. It's not. It's a sequel. When we're talking about Paranormal Activity 2,
Okay, I'm gonna jump in real quick.
there's one good kill scene.
I don't even think
Actually,
there's
there's a couple of good
I don't
ones.
even think there was a good kill scene. This is the thing that bothers me, okay? People who see this film, they can kind of chalk it up there with like the Blair Witch Project, with like, oh, this movie was so good because it's one of these found footage. Blair Witch, I love Blair Witch, as do you. We've talked about it on several
Yes.
occasions. Blair Witch wasn't even an original idea because they took the idea from a 1980 film, Cannibal Holocaust,
Yep.
which I've talked about before, and you know full well how much I love that movie, which I would love to review, but unfortunately I don't have the film. I'll get it
Eventually.
at some point.
Eventually.
I'll get it at some point so we can review it. And the thing that really bothered me with this movie is the dog.
Oh yeah, because the dog's just about the same breed as yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so when the dog gets, I could see how that bothers you.
And the thing is, with any horror film, the dog is one of two things. It's either there to protect the owner, or the antagonist is there to hurt the dog. And sure enough, that happens. This movie sucked balls. Alright, I fucking hate this movie, and I cannot... And it's not just the movie, I hate the whole series, and the fact that there's a 5th one coming out.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I will not...
I don't even know where they're gonna put the 5th one in this big timeline, because the 4th one was before it all happened.
No, the 4th one was after the very first one?
No.
Or the second one?
No, because it's them as younger girls.
Is it?
It is. It's
Oh.
supposed to be, I think.
I didn't see the 4th one. I just barely saw the
I saw
fourth
the
one for
fourth
the first
one.
time after I rewatched number 2, because number 3 was on right after, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll watch it, see if it's any better. And they get worse. Like the first one, I was like, okay.
The first one I
whatever.
liked.
The first one,
I thought-
I could give or take. It's one of those movies where, like, if it's on, okay, I'll watch it, but the second was horrible. Third was horrible. I haven't bothered with 4, and I certainly will not bother with 5.
No, 4 of my buddies, it's like, oh, dude, you gotta watch it. And I'm like, all right, I'll sit and watch it. And I sat and watched it. It had times where I got a little freaky, but
It sounds fucking stupid.
it's just basically the series copying itself over in a different scenario a little bit.
All right, so what do you give for a rating on this, for this hunk of shit?
4.
Really?
Is that too high?
I give this a 0.5.
I'll give it more credit than that because it's actually horror. It's actually
This is
a
horror?
horror. Like
Is this horror?
it makes certain people scared.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tying a rope around somebody's leg and dragging them down a hallway is fucking stupid. Woo.
Was there a rope?
Yeah, that's how they made them do it.
Well, yeah, but
It's fucking stupid. It is a stupid ass movie.
I still like that kill at the end.
Oh my god, it's so horrible.
Which is, I mean, come on, that's like Ninja right then. God didn't even know she was there.
Dude, see, this is why, and I don't know who sent the message, but somebody wanted us to actually do reviews on other films. We might be doing that, so
We're contemplating it.
we might be doing that, and if we are, look forward to that, because I am actually kind of really thinking that we should go to it.
Psst, I'm all for it.
Alright, so it looks like we'll have another show out at some point.
We're getting our asses in gear for that.
So look forward to that. We don't have a name for it yet, so hopefully we'll have a name, and hopefully it won't take like fucking 6 months like it did with this show that started.
Let's not call it the NHMF though, because people might think
That's just stupid.
New Hampshire motherfuckers.
You know what? I think we should just call it Movie World.
Movie World?
Yeah.
Isn't there already something like that?
I have no fucking clue.
We should look that up first because we don't want to be copycats.
Can we just call it Movie Land, like Candyland? Just go to the movies.
Movie land.
Movie Land.
We'll have to talk about it later. We don't want to consume people's time with our.
If anybody's got a good name, throw it our way, and we'll talk about it.
Definitely.
Okay, so you give it a 4.
And you give it a 0.5.
0.5. That's as far as I'm going with this.
Okay.
All right, so my next film from 2009. I can't believe it's that young. I thought it was older than that.
Can't believe I watched this movie.
Dude, it was a short movie. It's less than an hour and a half. It's only 72
It
minutes.
felt longer than that.
The movie is Slaughtered Vomit Dolls from Unearthed Films. They're the company that put it out. It is film 1 of the Vomit Gore trilogy. Here's the cover. Like, this seems pretty like, oh, I could let my kid watch this. Don't.
No.
There's a lot of sex.
There's a lot of everything.
Violence, a lot of nudity. The movie is written and directed by, in my opinion, probably one of the most creative directors out there right now.
He's something, that's for damn sure.
Lucifer Valentine.
Which is a contradiction.
It's not a contradiction. There was a bloody massacre on Valentine's Day.
I know, but Lucifer Valentine's like devil Valentine's Day.
Well, maybe the devil needs some loving too.
He does get some loving.
Maybe you should get on your knees and find out.
No, it's not that kind of loving.
Maybe you want.
South Park reference?
Yeah, I know. What you're
Yeah,
saying.
okay.
Maybe he wants to put a pitchfork in your ass.
I'm good.
Maybe he's like little Nicky puts a pineapple up there.
Hitler.
Anyway.
Poor guy.
So the movie has to do with, oh god, what is her fucking name? Angela Aberdeen is the main character's name. She
I couldn't even tell which one was the main character.
was the blonde.
Oh, okay.
She, at the age of 14, she ran away from her parents, and she started living with a priest at a church. The priest, however, began molesting her. She goes into the story.
Yeah.
You don't see any of this, which is a plus. Well, she gets pissed off, and she burns the church down, which is fucking awesome. Then she starts out as a stripper. That kind of goes nowhere, and she becomes a hooker. After that, she sells her soul to Satan. And things just begin to spiral completely out of control after that. We start getting weird visions and everything. This film, like I said, it's the first one of the trilogy, so it's if you've seen any of the other ones, it's before the suicide. And the interesting thing is the exact same time that she kills herself is the same time that Kurt Cobain supposedly had killed himself. I don't think Kurt Cobain killed himself though, but we're not going to get into that right this second.
Conspiracies, like.
The neat thing is that this film was a lot of home video footage that Lucifer pieced together, which I love those kind of movies because I do like found footage films, which I know we just talked about one that's fucking horrid.
There's a good found footage film and there's a bad
oh yeah, there is. I actually have all 3 films of the Vomit Gore trilogy. I've watched all 3 and I love all 3. I have even stated on numerous websites that I'm on that talk about horror how much I love Lucifer Valentine's work. I absolutely adore this guy. JJ, go, take it away.
Disgusting, gross, made me sick, felt like I was going to throw up, got lightheaded, got a headache, told him to go screw himself because of it. And at the end of the movie, I just wanted to get into something a little bit better that made me feel less gross. I didn't say I totally hated it, but I'm not saying I'm gonna watch it again anytime soon.
Oh, you'll watch it again.
I'm gonna probably watch the next one because of your ass too.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, I'm doing this movie this week. Like, fuck.
All right. So anyway,
I hate you.
what do you give it for a rating?
I'm contemplating.
You're contemplating.
Yeah.
How are you contemplating?
I don't want to give it a 1.
It certainly does not deserve a 1.
All right, I'll give it a. Well, it's better than Paranormal Activity.
No shit.
Because it's not as boring. It actually kept me, like, my eyes glued to the screen. How disgusting it was.
Yeah, because you wanted to know what happened next. You really did.
A 7.
A 7? I was about to say that's a hell of a jump from a fucking 1.
Just because it kept my eyes glued to the screen.
But I'll take a 7. I think it deserves pretty high up there. I am going higher than you. I'm giving this movie a 9. This movie, I love this movie. I've probably watched it since I got it, which, believe it or not, my grandmother bought me this for Christmas. It was fucking
You
awesome.
told me that, and I was like...
She bought me the entire trilogy, as well as a bunch of other horror flicks.
But she doesn't even know what it is.
She has no fucking clue. No.
You gotta love grandmas, guys. You can have them buy stuff for you, and they don't even know what it is.
But I love this movie.
Especially with a cover like that.
Yeah, you would have no idea.
It's like, oh, it's a little girl. Oh, his niece drew it for her. And then you see that upside down cross on her chest.
How does nobody notice the cartoon vagina?
Vagina.
Like, I'm serious. Like, look, you can totally see it.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even notice.
And look, got nipples and everything. I mean,
The girl's loaded.
This movie is great. I fucking love this movie. So yeah, I give it a 9. You give it a 7. Like I said, I'll take a 7. It's a little low for my taste, but I'll take the 7.
It's me.
All right,
you know
so
me with gore.
Next. Yeah, you got your Postman.
But sorry. I've been up for a while. All right, Postman always rings twice. Jack Nicholson.
I love Jack Nicholson.
I love this movie.
This is a good movie.
Because, all right,
Although
it's not Jack Nicholson playing Jack Nicholson this time.
But this is the 4th time remake.
Yes, it's the 4th rendition of the book that came out during the Depression era.
Now, see, I never saw this particular version, and I didn't even know that it was a remake.
Yeah, well, it's...
Because I saw the cover and I showed it to you and I told you how good of a movie it was. I thought it was the old black and white one from like the 1940s, which I love the black and white one.
No, this one was done in 81.
Yeah, which threw me off when you said that. I'm like, wait, what?
Jack Nicholson wasn't alive in the 40s.
No, he wasn't. He was born in 50-something, right?
Yeah, he's not terribly young, but...
I don't care. Jack Nicholson.
He's about the age of my grandmother.
Nicholson's the fucking man. I love Jack Nicholson.
He is awesome.
And like you said, Jack Nicholson pretty much doesn't play characters. Jack Nicholson plays Jack Nicholson.
But this one he doesn't. This one he plays. It's more.
This was weird.
I mean, he gets aggressive once in a while.
Oh.
But it's a bit of a softer character than what you usually see Jack Nicholson.
That's true.
So.
That is true. But I liked the like I said, I'm sure that it's not too far off from the one that I saw. I really liked the movie. So I'm gonna rate it about the same because I'm sure it's like any rendition of a book to film, where after somebody makes they're the same damn movie pretty much. I give it a 7.
You give it a 7 from the one you saw, and
yeah,
you're guessing.
I'm gonna go that it's probably the same, so I'll give this one a 7 as well.
Okay. Well, watching it, and especially after I watched The Black Dahlia, which I didn't enjoy so much.
Yep.
It seemed like eating horseradish, and then eating like a really sweet pie after.
That's fucking weird, but okay.
Like it just makes it better.
Why would you go from something so spicy to something so sweet?
I did it at church.
You're a fucking weirdo.
It was a part of
okay,
the
anyway,
thing.
So, what do you give it? Is it a perfect 10?
No, it's not. But it's. I'll give it an 8.
An 8.
An 8. It deserves that.
That's not too bad, I guess. All right, so now we get into the artist of the week. Now, are you sticking with the weird one that we talked about?
Well, they're both kind of weird. Because I only know one movie from each that's horror.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you guys anyway. I was guessing in between Maureen O'Hara, who was in the Jamaica Inn Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yep.
And which is a pretty good movie.
It's a pretty good movie.
And then this is the one you like, even though I didn't enjoy it so much.
It's a great movie.
Eddie Murphy
in Vampires in Brooklyn.
Even though he sported a mullet the whole time.
Dude, it was the 90s.
I don't care. It's a mullet.
It wasn't a mullet.
He has like a black Billy Ray Cyrus.
Okay, first off, it wasn't a mullet. Okay.
It looked like a mullet.
Because I looked up the picture, and it's not a mullet. He has long hair, and he's got it kind of curly, and he's got it pulled back, like over his shoulders, not actually like in a ponytail or anything.
Okay.
But I love that movie, man. I really, really like
I'm sorry.
Vampire in Brooklyn. It's a good horror comedy. I mean, you've got Eddie Murphy playing several characters. You've got, oh God, what the hell is his name? He played Dwayne Wayne on As the World Turns, which was a show back in the 80s. And I remember watching like the reruns of it with my mom, and I thought it was a really good show, actually. Oh God. Now, see, I like Eddie Murphy. I think he's funny.
He's hilarious.
The other one, however, that you're talking about, I don't think I've actually seen her in much else other
Really?
than, like, I don't think I've watched too many of her films.
Rena O'Hara, she was, I mean, I think she was pretty big.
I might have, but I just don't remember any others.
Well, the ones I can think of off the top of my head of how tired I am. You got the Jamaica Inn.
Yep.
Then you got McClintock, John Wayne movie.
Nope.
And then you got The Quiet Man, another John Wayne movie.
Nope.
Because her and John Wayne, I guess, were really, really close friends.
I don't like John Wayne, so that's probably why.
I was forced to kind of watch John Wayne. My dad's a big John Wayne fan.
I know full well that if
I'm in the James
we do
Bond.
the other show, you're going to do probably some John Wayne.
I'm probably at least McClintock, because McClintock is actually a really good movie. It's funny. It's got its action to it.
I'll be bored out of my mind.
Or Rio Grande. But either with that, I'm definitely going to do a James Bond movie because I
know you're a Bond fanatic.
I'm a Bond fan.
Well, all right. I think we pretty much decided that we are going to do this.
We're going to do it.
Do you have 2 films for that picked out?
Yep.
You do? Okay, so we might as well mention that while we're at it. I've got my 2 picked up. I'm actually going to be doing a Tarantino.
Yeah, you're going to be doing
Brigade.
Yeah.
I'm doing, and they're both new films. They both actually came out last year. I'm doing Man with the Iron Fist.
Okay.
Which was Quentin Tarantino and Raza from Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
I've seen this movie before, and I really like it. I think you'll like it. And the other one is another Tarantino. This one stars Jamie Foxx, Leonardo DiCaprio, and of course the man Samuel L. Jackson. And that is Django Unchained.
And I'm surprised I hadn't seen that because I like pretty much all those actors right there.
Django Unchained is a great movie.
Especially Samuel L. Jackson. He is
my wife's
the bad black man right there.
My wife's not a huge fan of kung fu flicks and a lot of big action films, but she really likes Django. I mean, she likes Django a lot. And what are your 2?
Okay, well, you're going all the Quentin Tarantino. I'm going with comedy stuff.
Yep.
So I'm doing probably my favorite comedy flick, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Jim Carrey's probably his finest work, besides Liar Liar, because Liar Liar I probably enjoyed more.
I would say Liar Liar is probably my favorite Jim Carrey flick.
So, because it actually has a meaning to it.
Well, Ace Ventura has some meaning to it. It means be nice to your pets.
Or he'll come and find you.
Pretty much. And then he'll talk to you with his ass. Anyway, alright, so Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
Nature Calls or the first one?
The first one.
Okay, so just Pet Detective.
But Nature Calls is a really good one too.
It is a good one.
So we could go either way with that one. But whatever. That one and I had the other one picked out, but I can't think of it.
Oh, there's another comedy.
There's another comedy.
Is it a good comedy? Or am I gonna be bored with it?
I always have good comedies.
I hope so. Fucking hope.
Or what I think is good comedies. And if you don't think they're good comedies, you can just go screw yourself. But
Well, what is it?
I can't think of it.
You suck at life.
I had it earlier because I told you.
Yeah, you did, and I forget what the hell it was. Alright, so look forward to that, and episode 13 of our horror show will be coming soon. For that one, JJ, what are your movies for episode 13?
Okay, Lady Vanishes.
Yep.
Alfred Hitchcock. And Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio, which you haven't seen yet. Surprisingly.
No, I haven't.
Finally. Again, something you have not seen.
Yep. And my movies will be Troll Hunter, and Gorgo.
Oh, that's right. You're going with the big monster
Giant
mango
monsters,
thing,
which actually
is the top 5 for you.
This is our top 5, which will be the best giant monsters, which I'm actually really looking forward to this one.
I'm gonna have to do a little research and remind myself.
You're not much of a giant monster fan.
No, but I know Godzilla's gonna be in there.
Godzilla,
King Kong.
Well, those are of course the 2 most popular, but I'm gonna try and actually stick away from those 2 as much as I can.
Mega London.
What?
How do you say that one? The big shark.
Megalodon?
Yeah, thank you. Megalodon.
What the fuck movie did Megalodon show up in?
Isn't he a big monster?
Yeah, but he was actually like during the time of the dinosaurs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's why I was like, what? Well, maybe there might be a movie about
I think there was something like Godzilla versus that, or...
I've never seen Godzilla versus Megalodon. Although there were 2 Godzilla flicks that were supposed to come to America that never did.
Of course.
One of them was Godzilla versus Frankenstein.
Seriously, Japan. What the fuck?
Well, the thing with that was that their Frankenstein monsters were really different. They were really cool, actually.
Cool Frankenstein?
Yeah, they were really cool.
I gotta watch that.
Because they start off like normal human Frankenstein, but then they're gigantic, like big enough to fight.
Love Frankenstein.
And the other one, actually, I was really looking forward to when I found out about it, and I've been trying to find the Japanese version, and that's Godzilla versus Cthulhu.
Of course.
I want to see it so bad.
You're a Cthulhu fan.
I'm a Godzilla fan and a Cthulhu fan, so I don't care who wins. I just want to see 2 giant monsters beat the hell out of each other. I really want to see this film.
Again, we praise H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta say, I'm a little shocked with myself. I was telling you how my wife and my father and I went down to that flea market yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
There was a woman. Her whole booth was nothing but toys, right?
Okay.
And as you know, and our fans know, I collect horror and science fiction and all those kind of weird toys and memorabilia.
Yeah.
This woman had a Godzilla figure from the 1980s. It was an actual Japanese one.
Oh,
this thing was
sweet.
3 feet tall, and she only was asking $8 on it.
Oh, it's okay.
I walked past that thing 3 times and contemplated buying it, and I didn't buy it. I'm shocked with myself that I didn't buy it.
And he would slap you. That's awesome.
And my wife was actually really shocked that I didn't buy it.
Because we could fit that in here somewhere.
He'd go right up in the case. He'd fit in the case right next to
3
the other
feet?
Godzilla and Gorgo. He'd probably have to go actually on the second shelf, come to think.
You say 3 feet or 3 inches?
3 feet.
He would fit in there. We'd have to like cut a hole in the shell.
You don't think he? Well, I don't.
3 feet is like the size of my leg.
Yeah, if he stood down, he'd probably get to like your knee.
So we'd have to cut maybe.
Yeah,
We'd probably have to move the shelf up a couple.
I don't know, but this is going to be a really interesting top 5. I think I've got my top 5, but I'm still kind of on it.
Yeah, I gotta do research.
But
oh, we forgot something.
what's that?
Comparison.
Oh fuck, we did. Sorry guys, let's jump into that real quick. Our comparison this week was the 2009 film version, Let the Right One In, which is the Swedish original version.
Right.
And then we've got the 2011 American version, Let Me In.
America.
America. So, now have you seen either of these?
No.
No.
Sad face.
So how the hell are you going to do this?
I don't know. Okay, this is what I'll do. Because I'm me, and the way I like and see things, I'll pick the original.
The original?
Go Swedish.
Surprisingly, I'm going to go with you on this one. I think I would take the original
Okay.
over the...
I'll go with that just for the fact that I usually like things original. There's only a couple times where I like the remakes a lot.
I really, really like this movie a lot. And I know a lot of people are... It's really torn. It's either people love this movie or they hate it. My wife, being the complete opposite of me, she hates this movie. She was so bored
She's
watching
not the complete opposite of you.
Oh, she hated this movie. Absolutely.
Well, when it comes to this movie, but
She was so bored watching it.
she's more like you than I am.
Okay, yeah, but when it comes to this movie, we're completely opposite. She was so fucking bored.
Really?
Yeah, she did not like this movie. And it's weird because it's a vampire flick, and she typically loves all vampire movies. But she said there was no action to it, nothing really happened, and she was just bored. The one thing that I didn't really care for, but of course European laws are different than American laws, is there is a scene with the vampire character Ellie, and she's getting changed out of some wet clothes, and Oscar, the boy, he like peeks in real quick, and there's actually like a shot.
Huh.
And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And it threw me off at first. And I'm like, did I really see what I think I saw? And the second time I watched the film, I was like, oh my God, I did.
Huh.
But I love this movie. I really, really like this movie. And it's done in the tradition of like the Hammer Gothic horror.
Okay.
And it's got like a really kind of almost tragic romance to it. Because the main character, Oscar, he's bullied and he's picked on. And finally, you know, he fights back after he meets Ellie. She's like, you know, if they're going to hit you, you have to hit them back, otherwise I'm never going to leave you alone. Well, he whacks the main bully in the fucking head with this big iron pipe. And the kid actually, he loses his hearing. So his older brother goes after him and says, you know, how about an eye for an ear? He says, we'll let you go, though, if you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. So they hold him under the water in this pool. And we don't see what's going on up top. We just hear it and we kind of visualize it. It's not until he opens his eyes and you actually see one of the bullies' head sinking down that you know what happened. Ellie shows up and just massacres all of them. And you can tell throughout the movie as it goes on that he's falling in love with her and she is falling in love with him. And it's a, like I said, it's kind of a tragic love story, but it's a great movie. They're both good. So it was hard for me to decide which one I liked better. But I think I have to go with the original.
Okay.
All right, so that is the end of episode 12, I think. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, yeah, we were going to show him the cases.
He's got some new shit.
Well, not so much new stuff, just that it's finally out and about. So that
Well, cool stuff either way. Because we put the stuff right after the last episode, and I was actually contemplating on whether just taking some and run.
Yeah, and you forget, I know where you live now.
Right, well, either way.
This is my cabinet of just
a little bit of
figures
horror
and some statues.
Got the puppet.
I got the Puppet Master guys in the back there.
You can kind of see them. It's not.
Well, we can open the case.
You can see. You can see a 6-shooter.
We can open the case, of course.
Because he's wearing white.
I don't know how well you can see.
Yeah, you can see him pretty well.
But you got Dexter, of course, which I love that show. Some aliens. David from Lost Boys, played by the man's Kiefer Sutherland. We got Godzilla and Gorgo, which, like I was mentioning, I should have gotten the big one. That would have been awesome. My Killer Tomato. Can't go wrong with Killer Tomatoes. Then down here we've got some more aliens, some statuettes. Yeah, I know I've got one random Twilight thing. I love Ashley Greene. I think she's a great actress.
Shouldn't have been in the movie. It was a real shame.
No, she should have been in the movie because it was the only reason that I watched it. I admit to watching the first 2 films.
Ah, my favorite. My favorite part.
And now we're here with my Living Dead doll collection. This is most of them. I've shown you guys a couple of the other ones. And it looks like actually Randy's headbutting the glass. It's like, I think she actually wants out.
She's trying to get out.
Yeah, she is trying to get out. That's the problem with some of these, because I bought a lot of these as the display models that the stores had. So a lot of them don't have the plastic wrap, and she doesn't like to fucking sit in the case, which is pissing me off.
Lean her back.
There we go. But JJ fell in love with Jezebel and wants to steal her.
No, well, this one and the Black Dahlia over here.
Oh, Dahlia? Yeah, she's a cool one.
Oop.
She's a cool lady.
Because I'm a little obsessed with the case from LA, and then when you showed me the doll, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, of course my favorite would be Lady Bathory over here.
The one with the blood all over?
Yep.
Gorehound.
Well, there's a reason behind that.
Okay.
Well,
Do tell.
I did some genealogy research and found out that on my father's side that she is my 6th-time great aunt. Yeah.
She's based off of an actual person?
Yep, Countess Elizabeth Bathory, otherwise known as the Blood Countess.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you actually got a connection with her.
Yep.
Look at that, everybody.
So,
He's got family.
I do have family. But of course you guys have seen the other ones on the shelf over here, so we don't have to show them. And Sheldon's chilling out, swimming like usual.
Just a swimming.
Just keep swimming, dude.
I think he was sitting on the rock last time.
Yeah, he was up on his dock the last time.
He just got fed, so he's all sorts of happy.
Yep. He's got a full belly, so he's...
Speaking of food, I'm hungry. Wonder what... I don't know what I have at the house. I'm like broke poor. Till I get my paycheck in a couple days.
Sweet news. But I think we've discussed everything. Have we forgotten anything?
Let's see, we got the new episode, the new show, news,
So I think
my fuck up with Black Dahlia. Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good. All right.
Sweet news.
So see you guys later. Woo!